Today, we're looking at two mid-size SUVs, the Jeep Grand Cherokee and the Toyota 4Runner. We'll drive through and see how each SUV evolved in technology and style. We'll also take a look at which model years are best to buy used, which ones to avoid, and more. So hop in and let's go for a ride. The year is 1980. A Toyota dealership owner named Jack Safro was very fond of his Toyotas, but the harsh Wisconsin winters proved to be a tough test for these trucks. With sales suffering, Jack had an idea. He approached Winnebago, the manufacturer of motorhomes, to see if these trucks could be fitted with an enclosed cab to make them more functional and comfortable in the winter. Winnebago liked the idea. So did Toyota, who shipped over a few base Hilux models. Born was the Toyota Trekker, the result of a collaboration between the Japanese automaker and an American mobile home manufacturer. In 1981 and 1982, some 1,500 were made, and they quickly sold out. Most were shipped out west, with Colorado being the biggest buyer. Toyota saw the consumer interest and demand for this type of vehicle, so they decided to further develop the concept. The final result was the Toyota 4Runner, which was released in the United States. The first generation Toyota 4Runner was essentially a modified Hilux pickup truck. It was a simple, unassuming two-door SUV that drew very little attention. But midway through this first generation, the 4Runner switched from a solid front axle to an independent suspension for better road handling, and this really drew the attention of off-road enthusiasts. Most of these trucks were powered by a 2.4-liter 22RE i4 that output about 100 horsepower. A turbocharged version of that, as well as a 3-liter V6, were also made available. The 4Runner had a good start. The second generation 4Runner featured a unique body that was now more distinguishable from the pickup. The entire metal roof was now fixed, unlike the previous generation, which had a removable rear shell. This 4Runner still had a pickup-style tailgate that required the window to be closed first before opening the tailgate, unlike other SUVs at the time, which had upward opening rear doors and closed windows. Toyota sought to also appeal to families, so they added new safety features including side impact protection, a third brake light, and the option of four-wheel anti-lock brakes on V6 models. Around this time, AMC's smaller Jeep Cherokee had been in existence for almost 20 years, and AMC had intended to discontinue and replace it, but Chrysler ended up buying Jeep and released the larger Grand Cherokee. The first Jeep Grand Cherokee debuted at the 1992 North American Auto Show. Chrysler president Robert Lutz literally drove and smashed through a plate glass window of the Cobo Hall Convention Center in Detroit, just to show how rough and tough the new SUV was. The first Grand Cherokee was only available with a 4-liter inline-six AMC engine that generated 190 horsepower, with an optional 5.2-liter V8 that produced 220 horsepower, which was available shortly after. Towards the end of this generation, it came available with a 5.9-liter V8 engine that was borrowed from the Dodge Ram. It output 245 horsepower and 345 pound-feet of torque, making the Grand Cherokee one of the most powerful SUVs in its class at that time. The first generation Grand Cherokee also featured the latest in technology, including anti-lock brakes, power door lock, power windows, and even cruise control. It was also the first SUV to be offered with a driver's side airbag, which was remarkable at the time. In the meantime, Toyota did a complete redesign. That's because Toyota wanted to draw more on-roaders and families, and it no longer looked just like a plain pickup. It had a new body shell and a new chassis for a 5-door wagon. It also came with dual airbags as well as 4-wheel ABS side door rails and ALR, ELR seatbelts. Toyota also further developed its anti-lock braking system, active traction control technology with vehicle anti-skid and electronic brake force distribution make the 4Runner safer and easier to handle in difficult weather conditions. Under the hood, the third generation engines included a 2.7-liter inline-4 and a 3.4-liter V6 with 4-speed automatic and 5-speed manual transmissions. Other significant changes included side rails, an improved center console, more cabin room, and a new lift-up tailgate. Meanwhile, Jeep 2 did a complete redesign. Was now rounder and smoother, less boxy. A new 4.7-liter V8 engine that output 235 horsepower replaced the 5.2-liter V8. Although the former 4-liter inline-6 remained the standard engine, its power increased to 195 horsepower. Interesting fact, Daimler Chrysler teamed up with German automobile manufacturer Porsche to strengthen the Grand Cherokee's unibody frame, thus resulting in the Uni-frame. This added strength and rigidity to the Jeep platform and contributed to reduced noise, vibration, and harshness. This generation Grand Cherokee had more space for passengers and cargo too. During this time period, Toyota made changes to the body and chassis to the 4Runner. The fourth generation was now more like a semi-luxury midsize SUV. Although the 4Runner continued to be known for its off-road capabilities, it also appealed to consumers who preferred the highway over the back road. The manual transmission got dropped in favor of a 4-speed and 5-speed automatic. Meanwhile, the third generation Jeep Grand Cherokee WK came out. This generation was much longer than its predecessor. New rectangular headlights replaced the classic round ones, and the D-pillar got pushed forward, giving the Jeep a more stylish look. The 4-liter inline-6 got replaced with the 3.7-liter V6 engine producing 210 horsepower. The 4.7-liter V8 remained unchanged, but America saw a new 5.7-liter Hemi V8 that generated 325 horsepower. A few years later, its output increased to 357 horsepower. By the end of this generation, both the V6 turbo diesel and the 4.7-liter V8 got discontinued. In 2010, Toyota released the new 5th generation 4Runner. It's been the longest lasting generation and it continues to this day. Its exterior design started departing from the smooth, rounded lines of the previous generation, moving back closer to boxy to convey a tough and rugged look. This 4Runner improved on comfort and capability, but it didn't mean that this SUV was afraid of going off-road or getting its wheels dirty. Under the hood, it's powered exclusively by a 270 horsepower 4-liter V6 engine. The TRD Pro trim adds redesigned shock absorbers, springs, tires, and skid plates that make the 4Runner not just a luxury, but also a reliable SUV that can be driven every day in all road conditions. The Grand Cherokee entered its 4th generation. This generation saw one of the first applications of the 3.6-liter V6 Chrysler Pentastar engine, which output 290 horsepower. A 5.7-liter Hemi V8 with 360 horses was also offered. The following year, the Grand Cherokee SRT8 returned with a 470 horsepower 6.4-liter V8, but that got dropped and replaced by the 3-liter EcoDiesel V6 just a few years later. Jeep then introduced the new Trailhawk trim. It was a purely off-road version with increased durability, 10-inch ground clearance, and large 18-inch wheels. 2018 saw the Grand Cherokee Trackhawk make a grand entrance. It was powered by the same supercharged 6.2-liter V8 from Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat. The Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk is incredibly fast. We're talking 0 to 60 in less than 4 seconds. You can hear the power in the 707 horsepower 6.2-liter Hemi V8, coupled with a hefty dose of supercharger howl. Impressive when your trusty family car can hit 60 in just 3.5 seconds, while carrying several passengers with comfort, if you don't scare them to death first. 5th generation was just launched with the 2021 Grand Cherokee WL, full foot longer, so it can accommodate 2 additional passengers with 3 rows of seats. Sports the same 290 horsepower V6 Chrysler Pentastar and the 360 horsepower 5.7-liter Hemi V8. So, if you're looking to buy used, what are the best years to consider and which ones should you avoid? Let's talk about the Grand Cherokee first. For starters, the 2010 Grand Cherokee is worth mentioning. That was the final year of the 3rd generation Grand Cherokee WK, which can easily travel 200,000 miles assuming all the regular maintenance has been done. It has a brilliant 4.7-liter V8 engine, and if you need more power, it can be worth trying to find a 2010 model with a Hemi engine. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Association, the 2010 Grand Cherokee received only 5 recalls and 106 complaints, where other models have up to 16 recalls and thousands of complaints. The 2010 might lack some of the luxury and off-road technologies in later models, but is sufficiently equipped. By the way, one of the reasons why that year was quite reliable is because there wasn't as much onboard equipment on it to complicate things. You can usually find a used one with high mileage for under 10 grand. As far as which years to avoid, the 2014 and 15 models are on the list. 2014 was a year of complete refresh and redesign for the Grand Cherokee, which included replacing the conventional level to an electronic gear shift. Some drivers found that when they were temporarily waiting in SUV in park mode, but with the engine running, it would roll. There were reports of numerous injuries and accidents because of it. A couple years later, for the 2016 model, Jeep replaced the electronic shifter with a conventional one. But now let's talk about the Toyota 4Runner. The models you can walk past and not regret include 2003, 2004, 2005. The worst problem for these had to do with body and paint problems, especially rust. Many owners reported serious rust and corrosion that caused the frame to come apart in some of the worst cases. Of all models released, the 2015 model is the only year where owners reported problems with the airbags not deploying. It can be costly to fix, even as high as $9,000. In general, though, Toyota has really outdone themselves with the 4Runner. Reliability rates have been generally high over the past 10, even 20 years. The same can be said for customer satisfaction rates, which have been above average. So determining the best 4Runner model depends on your budget and personal preferences and features. For example, the 2017, 18, and 19 models usually come with a price tag above $25,000, but there aren't significant differences between those years in the latest 20 and 21 models. So you can save about $8,000 to $8,500 on these 5th generation models. 4th generation models are the only ones to offer a V8 engine, and you can usually find these for under $10,000. From that generation, the years 2007 and 2008 received perfect reliability scores and have relatively low customer complaints considering that they're 15 years old. So you tell me, what do you like more, the Toyota 4Runner or the Jeep Grand Cherokee, and why? Please comment below and share your opinion. If you like this episode, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for your support.